TIFU by throwing up during a job interview. This took place earlier today. I've hardly stopped laughing since the incident occurred. Today I went for a job interview at a local store. Only a few members of staff work at the store and it was down to the manager, M, and the assistant manager, AM, to interview me. I turn up 10 minutes early and the AM escorts me to the break room and offers me a glass of water. And we have a bit of small talk. The job sounds pretty good from some of the questions I ask them in between pleasantries. The manager walks into the break room and invites me to come out front to the desk they were conducting the interviews at. The interview starts and I feel like things are going rather well as the pair are responding well to my answers and I feel confident in my responses. We get partway down the second page of the interview sheet, about halfway, and I burp. It was not a burp. All of a sudden sick fills my mouth. My hand instinctively slaps to it so I can stop any coming out. I swallow the first mouthful but then like a sprinkler going off, vomit erupts from my mouth and spews down my shirt and onto the interviewer's desk. As I stop being sick I just say, "I'm not getting the job, am I?" But the two members of staff are scrambling to find some paper towels as my face mask waterboards me with my own vomit. I pull off the mask and my glasses and stand in shock for a moment as the two staff run out back to find something better for my mess. I take the roll of paper towels left on the desk and clear the floor, my face, the desk and myself as best as I can before they return. M is pregnant and has to run away to stop herself from being sick as well while I am trying to think what to do. I and the AM are finishing up clearing as much of the floor and desk as possible. And I just look at her and M and say, "Well, I bet this is a first for everyone." AM starts laughing while trying to stop herself and I can't help but smile like an idiot. The manager escorts me out and says she will call me to finish the interview another day and keeps saying she hopes I don't have to go far and other things while clearly trying to think of anything but being sick. I leave and walk over to my car and as I unbutton my vomit-drenched shirt I can't help but laugh hysterically. I drive home and I'm laughing and smiling the whole ride while stinking and feeling kinda gross. Once I'm home I tell my housemates and show them the shirt while unable to control my laughter. I don't think I'm going to get the job but it has given me one of those crazy you wouldn't believe it unless it happened to you stories. TLDR. I went for a job interview and halfway through I spontaneously threw up all down myself and proceeded to clear it up while trying not to laugh like a hyena. I swallow the first mouthful. Oh no. The taste must have been so bad. Did you eat something different before attending the job interview? I have given more interviews than I can count. Some people just get a case of the nerves and I totally forgive it. They will not forget you. In a positive way. You just landed in a really uncomfortable situation and made them comfortable. That's a hell of a skill in any job. If it makes you feel any better. I have really bad motion sickness. So bad in fact. I once got sick in the shuttle on my way to the airport and had to throw up in my nice winter hat. Ended up washing it out in the bathroom once I got past security. On that same trip, the plane hit some bad turbulence. I tried so hard to keep it together, but eventually realized I was gonna hurl no matter what. Checked for the sick bags and the seat didn't have any. Before I could ask the person next to me for theirs, I proceeded to vomit. Got it all over myself and the back of the seat in front of me. I was sitting in a middle seat by the way. But the lady next to me was kind enough to hand me some napkins as I weakly and profusely apologized. Thankfully, we were pretty much landed so I didn't have to wait too long and I was sure to let the flight Attendant no on my way out. To this day I still feel super guilty about it. Did the walk of shame through the airport and had a miserable ride home with my mom. All I can really do is laugh about it. It's a fun story to tell though. Edit. Just wanted to clarify a few things. Up until this point my motion sickness really only affected me in the car. It has gotten much worse over the year to the point I have to be RHE1 driving at all times. I had never gotten sick on a plane prior to this. This incident prompted me to go see a doctor about it, where I learned about medicines such as Dramamine. Not sure why my parents never used it for me, as I've dealt with this since I was a baby. Dramamine unfortunately no longer works for me. I almost always carry supplies with me if I will be traveling, just in case. But my supplies were used up after vomiting in my hat. Can't quite remember why I used my hat and not a bag, but that may be because I couldn't get to the bag in time. And cleaning the first mess up. Just a quick thank you from me. Some people have given awards, lots of people have been full of fun and kind words, so just thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that this random act of vomit has brought joy to so many people. Always try to see the humor in awkward situations. I would totally hire you, for the grace and sense of humor you showed. Here's a copy of my resume. And my bucket. I threw up on my first day of a job once. It was fun. I was talking to my boss, his boss, and the second boss's admin assistant. I suddenly knew it was coming and said, "Excuse me a second, I don't feel so good." I came back, said, "I need to leave for the day," and nobody ever mentioned it again. People are pretty reasonable. Everyone has been sick in their life at least once. Ironically, if this happened to me while interviewing someone, if they were a strong candidate, it would not deter me from calling them back. And have some Pepto on my desk. As a joke. Seriously. It would not deter me from hiring a good candidate for something out of their control. I'd just change the interview to the bathroom or over a bucket. Just in case. Lol. Cheers. If you're gonna spew, spew into this. Reminds me of a time I was at a music festival in the dead of summer. It's hot as hell out and I was with a girl I really liked. Well, I was not doing what I should have done in heat like that and I started to get heat stroke. Sure enough, I had to throw up. But I didn't want the girl to see me puke. As soon as the first one came up, I just full-cheeked swallowed it. I caught my breath and another came. And you guessed it, I swallowed that one too. Luckily she never saw and I stopped trying to be macho and got some water and chilled in the shade. Still glad I didn't puke on anyone or myself, haha. As an emetaphobe, if I was one of the people interviewing you, I think I would have literally had a heart attack. X. I recently vomited whilst wearing a mask. The problem actually was that I was in an Uber, about 30 minutes away from my destination. He pulled over and I tried to clean it as much as possible, but like I fully waterboarded myself with my own VOM for the rest of the ride home. I'm glad you can laugh about your interview. I'm hoping you get the job, and even if you don't, you still have a hilarious story. Vom story 2. I was once super thirsty and made myself a large banana protein smoothie. I downed it in like 3 big gulps, and as I put the cup down on the table, I just regurgitated the smoothie back into the cup. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. May you never VOM in public. I would hire you. You showed that you were good under pressure and handling difficult situations. Do you randomly just throw up without nausea or anything? That's actually quite concerning if you do. For your second interview, you will really have to raise the bar higher. Like IDK shit yourself or something. As odd as this is going to sound, this might not prevent you from getting the job. The past 2 jobs that I've had, I royally screwed up and didn't have cash to pay for parking. With the first one, the interviewer gave the money to pay for the parking. With the second one, the interviewer walked with me down to my car and opened the gate for a private lot that the organization could use. And we won't talk about a different interview where my fly was down the entire time. But I think this helped me. And I think your situation could help you. In these situations, the act goes away and your true personality and character comes out. You displayed that you are someone who doesn't immediately run from an embarrassing or stressful situation. And you've got the self-awareness to be able to laugh at yourself. Also, they will remember you much better than many of the other candidates. Even when, not if, when, you get called back for a better interview, it will still be a much more relaxed and casual interview than it had originally been. Believe it or not, they probably will not hold it against you. In fact, you might get extra points for how you handled it. Everyone is human. Things happen. Just out of curiosity. What question was it? Why do you want to work here? Quote. Keep us updated. I bet the managers are thinking, we can't find any employees that we have to hire the fucking kid that threw up on us. I have emetophobia and probably would have cried.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.